So we're having a quick game as a practice for Operation Sealion at the Peterborough Club. Colin's going off there on Sunday. I'm going to a charity carol concert, which is a bit of a shame. I think I'd quite rather go to play a game of bolt action. But we're going with the dogs and it's should be fun. So what I've got here, I've got a tank platoon and I've got a command tank which is a Panzer IV B, C, D, E, F, G. No, it's not a G. Stops at F. So it's a short barrel 75 light howitzer. And we've got a Panzer III G, Panzer II, the 8-rad, the Horch truck with the anti-aircraft autocannon, a truck, 2 field cars. We've then got one section of infantry, 8 men, here regular with the LMG, and the rest have got rifles. And then we've got 2 pioneer units, 1 of 6, 1 of 5. One's got a flamethrower and 5 submachine guns, and the other one's got 5 submachine guns. So that makes up 1 tank platoon for the Africa Corps. The game, the tournament is up to 1941, so it's early war-ish. So this one, yeah. So this one fits into 41. So Colin is using his French army. So if we go left to right, we've got regular cavalry. We've got regular Senegalese. We've got a sniper behind them. We've then got a first lieutenant and his mates in the car. We've got 4 inexperienced infantry. That's going to include 1 free one. We've got a medium mortar, the light anti-tank armoured car, the Char B, or Char B, with its light howitzer, light anti-tank gun. And then we've got the 3 medium artillery. So that's the French army that Colin's taken. So this evening's game is going to be key positions. We've rolled it up. Operation Sealion is going to be using just rolling for the scenarios out of the rulebook, we believe. So we've done that today. And on the table we're going to do key positions. We've put the objectives down, as you can see. They may change it up to have odd numbers because if you roll it from the book, you can get 2 objectives each, which we did, which is more or less going to be a draw. So we've added 1 into the centre to make it 5, so that there is a chance of having an odd number on there. So we run it that way, see how it goes. Colin's got quite a lot of infantry, I've got very little, but we'll see how that pans out. So we're going to go into first turn. So partway through game turn 1, and the French had to deploy quite a lot of their troops before a German dice came out. But out it did. Armoured car came on. I don't think he shot at anyone, did he? The armoured. Oh no, the armoured car. Take a shot at the truck.
Yeah. But he missed.
But missed it and didn't hit it.
No.
The pin marker on it has come from the sniper, who was just there. I brought on the 8-rad and the Panzer III, and they've Panzer III took a shot at the armoured car and failed. The 8-rad took a shot at the anti-tank gun and put a couple of pins in it. Did it? No, that one didn't.
No, I think
that one didn't. Oh no, the 8-rad put a pin on
took a couple of these out.
Yeah, took 2 of the inexperienced out from there, and then the Horch came on and took
2 out.
2 out of the anti-tank gun, and then we brought the Panzer IV on, who decided to lob shot at it, and I rolled a 6 and killed the final man, so he's dead. So Germans are on the ascendance in this a little bit.
They're 1 up.
But there's 1 more dice to come out, and that's Colin's Char B. So we'll see where that's going to go. 2 dice out were French, and Colin brought out his Char B, who took a couple of shots at the Panzer IV. So very nicely painted tanks there. He's got a nice French army. He took a couple of shots at the Panzer IV. But because he lobbed it for a 6 with the light howitzer and missed, and then he took the light anti-tank for a direct shot, which was 6s followed by 6s, so didn't get a hit. And then brought out the final dice for his Senegalese tough fighters. So they're over on this flank here. I'm a bit short in numbers for troops, and I've got my troops in here bust up, and I've got to try and make sure they survive to get at least one objective on my side. I've got quite a bit on outflank. I've got the Panzer II on outflank, and I've got the 2 field cars with 2 units of pioneers on outflank as well. So the objectives, there's one over there by Colin's glasses, I think. Oh yeah, it's the Africa Corps sign, and the one there, and there's this one in the middle to contest over. So we'll see how we do. We're going to move into turn 2. So end of game turn 2, and funny little turn. The German armour hasn't done very much at all. The 8-rad missed the staff car.
You did.
The Panzer III with the machine guns missed all the inexperienced infantry. The only bright spot with the Horch anti-air gun, the light autocannon, managed to stun and put 2 pins on the armoured car. Panzer IV did very little. Missed the Shah-B. The Shah-B lobbed on a 5 and actually hit the Panzer IV. Couldn't penetrate it, but did do 1 pin. I was lucky. But next turn it's now zeroed in, and it's going to hit me on a 2, which is not so good. I rallied the troops in the truck because they had 2 pins put on them, and just waiting on now for my outflanking force. The pin that I put on the Senegalese worked quite well because Colin went to move them and they failed their leadership test and went down. So yeah, moving into turn 3, and it's fairly evens. Just depends what I do on this left flank with my armour, and whether we can keep that armoured car pinned down. But we're moving to turn 2. So into turn 3, all in the balance. The French are feeling brave and coming out. I had to put the Panzer IV and rally it because I was getting a lot of pins coming up, but I only managed to get rid of 3. Fortunately, Colin stuffed himself for the first dice out, so I'm hoping that it's German that comes out, because then I can at least get a shot on the Shah-B perhaps. Colin rallied the armoured car, so that's ready to roll next turn. These were pretty ineffectual on this far side. I took a shot with the Panzer III at the Shah-B, but didn't hit. And I don't think the Rad 8 did anything, did it, at all?
No,
that didn't do very much. It tried to shoot the little car, but didn't do much to it this time around. I've brought on my outflanking unit, so the 2 heavy field cars have come round, and the pioneers, one of the unit of pioneers jumped out and took a shot at the mortar, needing 2s, and I managed to kill 2 of them, but they survived and they passed their test, so they're still there, which is a pain. Got another Horch with another unit of engineers coming round. Colin's cavalry failed to come on, which was a bonus to me, but I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. I moved the truck around with the infantry to get them in a bit of better position to try and be able to take at least one of the objectives. We shall see how we go. So we're going to move into turn 4 now, and let's hope for a German dice out. Into turn 4, and it's getting a little bit tricky for the French. The Horch was able to take out the armoured car. The Shah-B has put another 3 pins on the Panzer IV. And the Senegalese are advancing up into the centre. Colin moved out one of the French units to take the objective, and I did kill a couple of them, but not enough to force them to take a leadership test to lose it. So they're holding that at the moment. Colin's got that one at the moment, so there's 2. The unit that was on the other objective, we machine gunned them to death with the Panzer III. The cavalry came on. I had the 231 in ambush, and they managed to kill 3, but they passed their leadership test and have come on to get the hard cover behind the wall. 1 pin on them. The pioneers charged and assaulted the lone mortarman, killed him, and their truckers moved up to Embus.
Or D-bus.
Embus. Get back on it. Embark. That's the
Embark,
word.
that's the word,
That's
yeah.
the word. The other pioneer unit have come up to threaten the other objective. So the Panzer II came on this time, and I ran it up to the edge of the crater, and we're going to see what we can do going into turn 5. End of turn 5, and the pesky cavalry. I've fired at them with 3 lots of autocannons and failed to do anything to them. So they've now come up onto the objective, which is a real pain. Disembarked the infantry out of here for their first shootings, and they've put a pin and took out a couple of the Senegalese. The tank rallied and took a shot at the... no, it didn't rally, passed its leadership test, and took some shots at the Senegalese and got rid of one or two, I think. So that's the unit's got 2 pins. This unit failed their leadership test with a food bar, but went down. Could have done with them shooting their own men, but there we are. The inexperienced team took out my truck and forced the pioneers to disembark. Lost one of them, and they then got shot at by the sniper. So they've got 2 pins. The Panzer III wiped out another unit of inexperienced French. That's its second unit of inexperienced French that it's killed. The other pioneer unit has got back into the truck, and the truck has whizzed up. So we're looking to see what we can do with that objective there. We're holding that objective over there, and we're holding this objective over here. Colin's holding 3 at the moment. So as we go into turn 6, it's all to play for. End of turn 6, I don't know what we've got. So end of turn 6, and let's have a look at what we've got. That one over there is contested, because I've got the unit there within 3. That one is held by me. I'm holding the one in the middle there, so that's 2. That one's contested, and this one's contested. So I'm 2-1 up at the moment. So roll a dice.
Yep.
1 to 3, it finishes. 4, 5, 6, it goes on.
Yay! Finishes. Yep. Well
So
done.
finishes 2-1. So yeah, really close that was. It's I think unfortunately Char B at the far side with all those shots couldn't kill them. But it was the same. It was the same problem with the with these ones in the field, wasn't it? Because of the cover. So it does make them so much difficult to kill within that. And the dicings. So yeah, a tricky game against for the French against the armour. So a good game with that centre objective. Colin was so unlucky. He moved his Charby one up, fired with a light howitzer, needing a 4, missed, and then he fired with the light anti-tank, needing a 4 but missed, and then with the machine guns, needing a 4 but missed. As he's moved, it was +1 to take it to 4. The soft cover took it to 5, and then -1 for being within 6. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame for him. He couldn't get rid of my pioneer unit that was on that objective, so I contested on that one and gave me the win of 2-0. This is Colin's new bag, Full Metal Monty. This is his work logo without the helmet on and the cigar. It's done by Saddle Goose Designs, who've made his dice bag, which is really nice and quite a fun one there. Full Metal Monty, quite amusing for the bag. So, yep, not sure when the next game is or what unboxing will come next. I've got a few things still in the pipeline, but as we go, a couple of little shots. One here of my Panzer III as it's going across the field, and then a shot of my infantry taking cover behind the wall with the Panzer IV. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you think one of your friends might like it, please share. and also subscribe if you haven't. So look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.